his remarks to the British House of Lords, Jonathan Sacks, the former chief rabbi to the UK, said, "The persecution of Christians in the Middle East, Sub-Saharan Africa, and elsewhere is one of the human rights issues of our time, and I'm appalled by the lack of protest that it has evoked." I have to admit that when I first heard that statement, I was taken aback. Here is a Jewish rabbi whose own community endured such great suffering in the last century, coming to the aid of persecuted Christians. But this is how dire the situation is for many Christians. His remarks are also a scathing indictment of many governments in the West who are unwilling to come to the aid of the millions of Christians who have and continue to endure religious persecution in various parts of the world, and that have caused so many to flee their homes and their homelands in hope that the West, the Christian West, would respond to their cry for help. The Archdiocese of Toronto's Office for Refugees has heard and responded to their cry. As a private sponsor, we are able to name the refugees that we wish to resettle to Canada. And so, knowing the suffering of Christians in many parts of the world, we have purposely focused much of our efforts, though not exclusively, on sponsoring Christian refugees. Here, together with the help of countless individuals, we welcome and journey with our sponsored refugees as they begin their new life in Canada. Here I'm oftentimes reminded of the words of St. Paul, who wrote, "When you have opportunity, do good to all men." So we as a Catholic community recognize the need to come to the help of those who suffer as refugees regardless of their faith, fulfilling the commandment of Christ to love our neighbor. St. Paul then continues on and writes, "But especially do good to the household of faith." And this has never been more important than it is now in the face of the persecution faced by far too many of our brothers and sisters in Christ, and in the face of the unwillingness of the West to assist them. My name is Deacon Rudy. I'm the director of this office, and I want to thank you for your support of Share Life, whom we depend on to fund this important work. Your support is so tremendously vital. And so on behalf of the countless refugees that we have and continue to sponsor, thank you, and God bless you.